Okay, and the distance from here to here is 0.38. So let's dimension that. Okay, so we should be ready to do the extrusion. Finish sketch. Let's extrude, cut, both directions, and all. Okay, so now we've done that little cut area, and I think with the exception of this hole, I believe we may be done. So the hole is very easy. So instead of using the hole tool, I think I'm just going to create this with a circle and extrude it. So I'm going to create a sketch on that surface. Make sure the font left is pointing up like this. I want to, let's see, I'll just draw a line from the center point of the drawing straight up, and I'm going to dimension that at 0.38. Okay, now I'll create a circle there. We'll dimension that at 0.5, and then finish sketch. Now what you can do is extrude, and we want to cut, and we can say 2, and then it wants to know to where, and we can say 2 there. Okay, and we don't have to give it a distance, and then we can select OK. Alright, so that is, I believe that is the fully completed object. I don't see anything missing. Okay, so next thing I want to show you is creating the views. Okay, now here's my blank drawing, so I'm going to bring in my part. Okay, I've actually brought this in at a 2:1 scale. Honestly, we should probably switch to a B-size sheet so we can use a 1:1 scale, but I'll just use a 2:1 on this this default Inventor sheet. Okay, so I'm going to place my front view. Okay, you see front and orientation there. So I'll left click, and then I'll bring my projected view straight down to create my bottom view, and then I'll bring the view out to the right to create my right side view. Okay, so those are required. Of course, you need to go back and add center lines and center marks where appropriate, as shown in the handout. Okay, but the main thing I want to show you is how to create the removed views. Okay, so I'm going to show you something a little different here. I'm going to click on this view. I can see the red dots. Okay, once I see that, that means the view is anticipated to being selected. Once you see the red dots, you can left click, and the red dots will turn to what looks like black dots. Okay, once you see that, go to Create Sketch, and it'll bring us into a sketch environment. Now what I want to do is just create some horizontal lines. Okay, and I want this horizontal line that I'm creating about the same distance from the visible edge here on each side. Okay, so I'm going to create another one about right here. Okay, and once I've done that, I can select Finish Sketch, and now I want to select Section, and I want to create the again, select the view. Okay, and now I'm ready to create my remove section. So what I'll do is I'll find the midpoint on this line with a green dot, and I just want to slowly go up where I can see my tracking line. Okay, once it gets up to very near the horizontal line I created, it won't snap, but just click when it gets very close to it. Same thing on the bottom, and then right click and select Continue. Alright, and then bring your view out to the right. Doesn't really matter where you put it. Just get it out of the way, and then left click. Okay, now what we're going to do now, a remove section is not necessarily in the line of projection, or it's not in the line of projection. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to break alignment. So I'm going to select this, not the right side view, I'm going to select this section view that we just created, and select break alignment on the modify panel of the place views tab. Okay, and then select break alignment button. Now I can move this view around, and it's not connected, it's not in line with that cutting plane line. Okay, so I'll just put it down here, and what I'll do now is this hole will be in each of my section views. Okay, and I know that. So what I want to do is let me just go ahead and put a center mark there, and I'm going to use that center mark. Okay, so like before, I want to left click on the view, and once I see the red dots go to black, I want to select create sketch, and then from the center mark here, I'm just going to and again, it doesn't snap. You just want to get it close as you can. We're just going to use it to line up the other views. Okay, and I'm just going to draw a line across there, finish sketch, and we'll go through pretty much the same steps again. I will go to place views, go to section, I'll click on the view. Now I'll find the midpoint of this line with a green dot, get close to that line, come down close to the bottom line, right click, continue, again bring it out, click on the view, select break alignment, and then get it close, and now I'm going to add a center mark to that same hole. Okay, and I'll pull those crosshairs out a little bit. Okay, and now I want it to get close to the corner of the view there, and then just try to get it in alignment with that horizontal line. Okay, and then we'll do that one more time. Place views, section, click on the view, find the midpoint of that line, continue. Okay, select it again, break alignment. Again, we want to add a center mark, so we'll have something kind of, oh, that's pretty close right out of the gate. And kind of try to get your views spaced evenly. And you're not going to get this perfect, but you should try to make this as neat as possible. And sometimes you have better luck than others. There we go. And so once you've done that, you want to go back and you want to activate the first view. So highlight the view. Actually, you can just double click on these lines. Double click on those lines. It'll get you back in the sketch environment. Then left click on those lines, select delete, finish sketch. Same thing up here. Double click on those lines, left click, delete, left click, delete, finish sketch. And of course you have to go back and add your center lines, center marks, and dimensions, but hopefully this helped you out with creating the remove section views. And that concludes this video.